This is 9 News.
Police say a man is dead after an explosion at a recycling facility in Inglewood. Police say it happened at the All Recycling plant at Wesley and Pecos. Sky 9 flew over the area about an hour ago, and we had a crew there too. No word on who was killed, but we do know that it was a man at this point. Multiple investigators, including CSI and police, are on scene. They're calling this an industrial explosion at this time. They're working with the staff at All Recycling to figure out what led up to the blast.
There's fear involved, and it's such a relief when that fear is over, and thankfully we're realizing that this morning.
A huge relief after a 10-year-old girl missing all night from her home in Golden was finally found safe. Now, it was a busy night for investigators in Jefferson County. More than 10 agencies, including the FBI, were brought into the search efforts. People sat in long lines of traffic along Highway 93 this morning as investigators set up those checkpoints. 9 News' Vida Urbonis was there, and she has the latest.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office held a press conference after the little girl was found. Now, they put an all-out effort in this, brought in more than 10 agencies. They say up to 12 agencies, including the Boulder County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the Alpine Search and Rescue, even Flight for Life came out. They also blocked off the area with some checkpoints because they wanted to hand out flyers to people to see if they had seen the young girl. Now, they said that they ended up finding her about 27 miles away this morning. They found her around 7 o'clock in Aurora. Apparently, she says she had an argument with her stepmom, went to her room, and then left. Around 7 o'clock, she was found at a complex at the 17,000 block of East Stanford Circle. She knocked on a door and said she was hungry. The people inside helped her and then called police. Now, we asked the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office if they believed that she was abducted or anything suspicious was around this.
We do not believe she was abducted. We believe that she ran away from home after this disagreement with her family member. And like I say, she was found this morning after being out all night. And how she managed to get to Aurora is still being determined through investigations.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said that they called the Child Abduction Response Team. That's why we saw so many agencies out here this morning. They wanted to make sure this little girl was found safe. In Jefferson County, Vida Urbonis, 9 News.
All right, thank you, Vida. Take a look at the divide in Loveland Pass. The snow is taking over. And while it's pretty dry in Denver right now, that could change later today. 9 News meteorologist Belen De Leon is in the backyard. And Belen, it sounds like you might need a coat out there pretty soon.
Yes, you know, it's a little cool out here right now, but you look at those images and those web cameras, Amelia, it's hard to believe that all that's happening in the same state. Oh, but we know that it can happen in Colorado. Here's a view from Monarch Pass in the high country. It certainly is a Friday. That is white gold right there. Our ski resorts need that snow desperately. And you know what? This storm system is bringing a good dose of that winter weather to the mountains. Now, currently, we have that light snow falling in our central mountains, along the Front Range Mountains, and even a few thunderstorms. Yes, there's lightning embedded with a few of those storms. That's where we have winter storm warnings in effect. That snow will pick up late this afternoon and this evening and continue through tomorrow morning. Now, take a look at those snow amounts. Can you believe that some localized areas could see up to 2 feet of snow? Yahoo! Meanwhile, here in the city, well, if you look outside, it's really pretty. Skies are partly cloudy, but we have to dig a little deeper. Why? Because winds are pretty gusty out there, up to 20 and 30 miles per hour. Those winds, though, are the strongest in the high country, up to about 50 miles per hour. So that's where we will have blowing snow. Now, the rest of the afternoon, temperatures will be in the 60s, but there is a chance for some rain and some snow here in the metro area as a cold front dives through. Currently, we're in the 60s in the high country, 30s and 40s this afternoon, 60s up and down I-25 and out in the eastern plains, while in the high country, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. More on tonight's chance for rain and snow and what's in store for your weekend coming up in just a few.
All right, thanks, Belen. And we want that 9 Cares Colorado Shares forecast, too.
I've got that, too.
All right, awesome. Well, does money roll downhill? President Trump and congressional Republicans sure hope so. It's part of their effort to overhaul the U.S. tax code. Behind their legislation is the popular theory: start by slashing taxes for corporations and the wealthy. So how does that help the rest of us? That's where the theory comes in. They're betting that the corporations will use the extra money to then hire more employees and invest money in America and cause money to trickle into the pockets of, quote, ordinary Americans. This would be the biggest tax overhaul ever. We're talking cuts up to $1.4 trillion over 10 years. One sticking point, some say reducing the number of tax brackets could actually raise taxes on the middle class. Hence this shouting match.
Regular order.
Middle class.
Wait a minute. Regular order.
And over and over again.
just
How
a
many
second.
times do we do this before we learn this?
And what you said was not right. That's all I'm saying. I come from the lower middle class originally. We didn't have anything. So don't spew that stuff on me.
Wow, got pretty heated there. President Trump said the plan wouldn't benefit him personally. Analysts found, based on a 2005 tax return, it could save his family more than $1 billion. Women held a rally today at Alabama's state capitol supporting Senate candidate Roy Moore. Moore's wife, Kayla, encouraged women who know her husband to support him. She held the Women for Moore rally today, and she says that she stands with him. Over the last week, 9 women have accused Moore of sexual misconduct. One woman said that he abused her when she was just 14 years old. The women at the rally say the allegations aren't true, and Moore's wife says that he'll continue to run.
I have been married to my husband, Judge Roy Moore, for over 32 years. He was a graduate of West Point. He served our country in Vietnam, and he has always been an officer and a gentleman. He will not step down.
That's right. The election for Moore's Senate seat is just 3 weeks away. 2 Republican Colorado state senators, Randy Baumgardner and Jack Tate, are accused of sexual harassment. Several female lobbyists and staffers made the allegations to Colorado NPR affiliate KUNC. Baumgardner and Tate deny the claims. Senate President Kevin Grantham wants the accusers to make their claims through the Senate's anonymous reporting channel. That way, they can launch an official investigation. Well, we've got an update to a heartwarming story that we brought to you yesterday. Legend, a deaf dog from Washington State, is now settling into his brand new home here in Colorado. Legend sat in a shelter for months and months, but his story went viral when a 6-year-old shelter volunteer, Roman McCon, made a video on Facebook. Well, that video caught a lot of attention of a family that lives here in Aurora. And this morning, Legend finally got to come home. Wesley Stalker never had a dog before, and she couldn't be happier.
I really like him. He's probably the best dog I'm ever gonna get. And he won't go attack Santa at night.
Oh my goodness, I love this story. Wesley's mom says that she thought her chances of adoption were slim since the video about Legend went viral. She also says she wanted to adopt a dog that needed a home, and Legend was the perfect match. Well, today is the first ever Women in Entrepreneurship Day here in Colorado, where big risks and big rewards are being celebrated. We'll peer into today's events coming up. And we'll also show you why something you do every day, maybe even right now, is doing serious damage to your eyes. And Belen is back with your full forecast coming up next.
Happy Friday, everyone. Belen de Leon out here in the backyard. It's cool and it's a little breezy. And you know what? I don't know about you, but I want some snow. We've hardly had any of it so far this month. November is known to be our 5th snowiest month on average. The average snowfall, 7.5 inches, but we've only had a trace thus far. Does that mean we're the least snowiest Novembers? Nah. That title goes to 1949, when we did not see a drop of flake of snow. Now, there have been several years where there has been a trace of snowfall. And you know what? We still have the rest of November to go, but as of now, we're kind of tied in the second place with all those other years. Now, the view over the city right now looks a little something like this. If you look out towards the west, it looks like all those clouds are about to gobble up the metro area. Well, all the main snow is staying in the high country, but here in the city, we have a cold front arriving tonight, and it's going to kick up the winds and bring us a chance for some rain and also some snow. 66 is is the temperature right now at DIA. Winds, 28 miles per hour out here in the backyard. I am within the walls. Otherwise, I'd be like Beyonce out here with my hair in the fan. 64 degrees. Not that bad. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the high country. Wolf Creek Pass. This is the reason why we have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in effect for the high country. Those mountain passes are slick. And winds currently up to 40 miles per hour in some spots in the high country are dropping visibility. So it's only going to get more difficult to drive in the high country this afternoon and this evening. Here's the deal. We got this moisture that's working its way in from the Pacific. So that backing up against the mountains, the slopes that are facing towards the west are the ones that are going to have the highest amount of snowfall. Now, tonight, as a cold front drops into the state, that will help trigger some showers for lower elevations mixed in with some snow. But most of that snow right now falling in the high country mixed in with some thunderstorms. There you see the winter storm warnings and the winter weather advisories. That snow will continue through early tomorrow, and in some localized areas up to 2 feet of snow is a possibility. Currently, temperatures in the 60s, 70s to the southeast. In the high country, 40s and 30s, the western slope 66. Our highs for today in the 60s, so we're kind of there already. In the high country, 40s and 30s, the western slope 67. I'll take you through the rest of the day. That snow will increase in the high country. It'll stick even more to the roads late this afternoon and tonight. While here in the city, isolated showers through this afternoon. Tonight, showers out east and overnight and into tomorrow morning mixed in with a little bit of snow. Nothing to write home about. We don't have any travel advisories. In fact, it moves out of the way by tomorrow morning. Also tomorrow morning, that snow wraps up in the high country. Little to no accumulation expected for lower elevations, and a lot of this is going to melt. It'll stick and stack up in the high country. Tonight, temperatures will drop to 27 degrees with a wintry mix, windy with little to no accumulation. Planning forecast tomorrow, a chilly start for 9 Cares Colorado shares 47, then Sunday the high of 59, 60s and 50s next week. Thursday for Thanksgiving looking really nice.
Well, today I had the honor of emceeing the Women's Entrepreneurship Day Colorado event at the Commons on Champa, a co-working space in downtown Denver. Former 9 News anchor Kyle Dyer led a panel discussion where female business leaders shared stories of struggle, success, and balance. Follow the hashtag WED Colorado and you just may find a very new role model for you. It's a special day here in Colorado. Well, as the debate over U.S. health care thickens in Washington, a doctor in Kentucky is working to save lives. Dr. Van Breeding won 2017's Country Doctor of the Year. Now, he shares in his own words why we need to look beyond the debate and look at the people he sees every day.
Good morning, Carolyn. How are you today? Our patients have really improved dramatically in the last 4 years since the Affordable Care Act went through. We've been able to add optometry, dental. We've been able to add a dietitian on board, a diabetic educator. Before, we were lucky to see patients once a year unless they got sick. Now, they're coming in for preventive visits. They're coming in and getting their colonoscopies done, their pap smears done, their mammograms done, their cancer screenings done. And you've got a $50 copay. It may not be a big deal to you, but that's the difference between having insurance on the house or being able to afford groceries for my patients. They can't even afford a $5 copay. Let's take a listen. The ones we worry about are the working poor. Their insurance rates have doubled and tripled and quadrupled. They're not protected, so as they get older, their health disparity is going to worsen. I've yet to see anyone from Washington get out and go to these remote areas where people are having a hard time getting health care. I think they need to look here and come here and see what's going on to see what desperate need we're in. We're not just in a healthcare crisis, we're in a healthcare catastrophe. They're going to get sicker, and sicker patients mean a weaker workforce, a weaker nation, and we have to be able to correct that in some way or the other.
Open enrollment continues at healthcare.gov. You have until December 15th to choose a plan. Ever wonder what all that screen time with your phone and iPad is doing to your eyes? Well, doctors say, look in the mirror. Eye doctors say dry eye syndrome is spreading, especially in young people. And that's because with screens everywhere, of course, everywhere you look, people don't blink as much, believe it or not. And that means glands in the eyelids get damaged or eventually just disappear altogether. One optometrist says there's a solution when eye drops are no longer good enough, and it's called LipiFlow. You put a cup over your eyeballs, cup heats up and then unclogs damaged glands.
12-minute treatment where it heats up to a certain temperature, melts the meibum, or the clogged oil, the hardened oil, and it sucks it out.
Okay, I'm not going to look at my phone at all today. Shenli says you can go back to work right after the treatment, but don't ignore your dry eyes. And of course, don't forget to blink. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Fix This, presented by Home Advisor, the free and easy way to find the best home pros.
Are you looking for help with your Fix This project? Home Advisor's project advisors are taking calls now to help you find the right pro to get your project done.
Well, did you know it's National Take a Hike Day? And we want to know where you love to hike, or what's your favorite hiking memory? We've got such a beautiful state, you know, to go hiking in. So we asked for your pictures this morning. We saw stuff from Plum Creek. It looks like my favorite trail is the one behind our house. Megan Morris, she's one of our producers here. And of course, the location doesn't matter. Richard Cote, who is part of our 9 News assignment desk, just sharing his pictures of beautiful Colorado.
I saw a lot of Rocky Mountain National Park.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the trails, the wildlife out there, just beautiful. You know, our forecast today, if you are maybe planning to head to some of those trails, especially in the mountains, they're going to be snowy, so you got to bundle up. We do have travel advisories in effect for the high country. Let's take a look at the forecast for us here in the city tomorrow, because I know we're talking about rain and snow tonight, little to no accumulation. It all clears up by tomorrow morning. For 9 Cares Colorado Shares, this is one of my favorite 9 News events. It starts at 7 a.m., 27 degrees. Then after that, the weather will be cool and sunny. Planning forecast, tomorrow we'll get to 47, 59 on Sunday. The rest of next week, 60s, 50s, Thanksgiving Day, close to 70. 1 week away from Light the Light, 62 next Friday.
Oh, Belen. Well, I cleared out the house. I'm ready to go for 9 Cares. I'll be out there tomorrow morning, and you will too.
Yeah, and we want to see you too.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see you back at 4 o'clock.